I'm about to show you the very first recipe that ever went viral for our site, themediterraneandish.com, and this was many years ago when we first started. It's our cilantro lime shrimp, and it continues to be a top recipe for us for good reason. It is loads of flavor. Let me show you. I remember like 9 years ago when this recipe kind of made the rounds all over Pinterest, and every time I have seen it, people are raving about it. And so I'm really excited to finally actually make it for you on camera. I don't know what took me so long. I roasted a whole head of garlic earlier. Don't worry so much, because when you roast garlic, it actually kind of takes care of that edge, that extra bold flavor, and it becomes nice and sweet. It's a little bit hot, so I'm gonna let it cool for a minute and work on other things that go in this bowl that create our beautiful sauce. So we're gonna go ahead and chop up some cilantro. Now, someone here might say they can't have cilantro. Go ahead and use basil. It will work just fine as well. But if you can eat cilantro, then cilantro is the herb of choice for the sauce. We're gonna cut just a little bit of the stem off and keep some of the tender stem on because it gives you a lot of flavor. And we're gonna go ahead and chop this up. We're looking for 1 heaping cup of fresh cilantro. Oh yeah, just a little bit of the stem in here. So we're gonna go ahead and add the cilantro in. Next in the sauce goes 1 juice of 1 whole lime. Now this is a nice large lime. Most of the time they're kind of smaller, so make sure you use enough, maybe a couple if they're small. We're adding in a little bit of white wine, dry white wine, about 1 tablespoon. If you don't cook with wine, you can skip this, add more lime juice, whatever you like. I'm gonna add in my harissa paste or red chili paste of your choice. That's fine too, as long as it's not the sweet kind. So harissa is a North African chili paste. It has warm, earthy flavors like cumin, coriander, that sort of thing. And I love that vibe in this sauce, but another chili paste of your choice will work fine. And you can find this harissa over on themediterraneandish.com. Just hit the shop tab when you get there. 2 tablespoons. If you aren't sure, just start with 1 because it could be too spicy depending on your, tolerance. So we're going with that, and then a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Now remember that this is going to coat your entire shrimp, so you want to make sure that you have enough sauce. Now let's go in with our garlic. You can just squeeze the garlic out. Now for this recipe, the garlic does not have to roast forever. It can just be 10-15 minutes just to take that edge off. Or if you've roasted a lot of garlic ahead of time, and I often do that, then use what you have. That's fine. They also sell roasted garlic paste out there. I'm not sure why I would buy that because it doesn't taste the same. But if that's what you have and you like it, it could work. Little rough chop, beautiful, and going in with the garlic. And we're just gonna go ahead and mix this sauce together. Oh, this is so lovely looking. And at this point, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil. Oh yeah. And now that I've created my sauce, I can set it aside and work on the shrimp. So let's turn on the heat here on the griddle. And again, if you're working outdoors, that's fine, medium-high heat. And the larger the shrimp, the better. But if you have smaller shrimp, which is what I happen to have in my freezer, not a big deal. This will work either way. If you're working with one of these indoor griddles, make sure that you've oiled it a little bit. And we're also going to toss the shrimp here with a tiny bit of olive oil just to make sure it doesn't stick to the grill. We're gonna go ahead and season the shrimp with kosher salt and black pepper. We didn't add salt and pepper to our sauce, but if you like, you can. I'm just gonna make sure that the shrimp itself is well seasoned. And we're gonna go ahead and do just a little bit of olive oil here. Yep. Make sure that your sauce is right here, because what you'll do is once the shrimp turns pink, you're gonna throw it in the sauce as soon as it's ready. And that's how you make sure that the warm shrimp is absorbing the flavor right away. So we're gonna go ahead and see if the grill is ready for us. I'm starting to see some movement. Oh yeah. And like I said, the larger shrimp, the better. But this is what I had on hand. I'll use what I have on hand all the time. But even larger shrimp is going to cook very fast. So watch for it, and as soon as it turns pink on both sides, you're going into that sauce and it's going to stop cooking. Flip, flip, flip as soon as you see some color. Shrimp is one of those things that are just so easy to cook any night of the week. And I have made this recipe and just tossed it with pasta for dinner. It's also one of my go-to appetizers for when we have a little crowd and we want something that's super quick, but also like will deliver on the wow factor, as I said earlier. So here we go. I'm gonna pull them off and dunk them in my sauce. As your shrimp cooks, here's how you know it's ready. It's going to firm up a tad, and it's going to turn pink, an opaque pink. You don't want it to be rubbery. Ah, I lost one. I was in a race, you guys. Shrimp will turn from gray and raw to pink and maybe even rubbery so fast. Oh my goodness. How quick was that? And I did it in a couple batches. We're gonna turn this off. Toss, toss, toss. Make sure all the shrimp is covered in this delicious sauce. Oh my goodness. Honestly, this is one of those recipes that you can serve many different ways. For an appetizer, I love to include some sort of bread, like if you have a French baguette, cut it up and use it this way, or like I'm doing here, some small pita wedges, so that you can make use of this delicious sauce that you created. You could also toss this, like I said, with your favorite pasta or over your favorite cooked grains or rice, because you don't want to waste the delicious cilantro lime sauce. But let me dig in and let you know how this party's going. One more. Messy in the best way. And if you are into shrimp on the grill, then make sure you check out the next video for my grilled shrimp skewers, also another amazing crowd pleaser. Grab the recipe for cilantro lime shrimp over on themediterraneandish.com. I will see you later. Ciao. Watch out.